speaking of the playoffs, Draymond Green would like to play the Kings. Before people freak out, it's not for the same reason that the Lakers want to play the Kings, which honestly I can't blame the Lakers for wanting to play a team without playoff experience, but you don't say that out loud. You don't give the added motivation. But Draymond Green was just speaking honestly and said, well, wouldn't it be nice to cut the travel out of things and, be, 70 miles away on Interstate 80? I thought it was kind of funny. When you kind of read a headline, it's like, oh, Draymond Green wants to play the Kings in the first round, you could just feel all the Kings fans get all defensive, rightfully so. Then you read the fine print and you're like, oh, I guess that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess that is nice. We should just sweep. We should just play them and sweep them, and then we can start calling. It was the Oracle, but the Chase Center. Like, remember when it used to be Arco West, Oracle?
Yeah.
It's like just sweep them. It's like, yeah, it's Arco West.
Just after one series.
Yeah, just after one series. So yeah, we own this. We own NorCal.
It's like what the 40 Wins Baby trio said. I don't know why I always say 40 Wins Baby. The 40 Wins trio.
The 40 Wins Baby?
Like, we Sacramento or Bay Area, Sacramento, we taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That'd be nice for both teams, I guess.
It would be
we do have home court advantage, so maybe we want to play someone with a bunch of travel. Yeah. I guess we'd have to be traveling just as much, really.
That's a good point, though, I guess. Would give either the Kings or the Warriors an advantage in the next series they play, whoever wins.
That's a good point. That is true.
So, do the Kings really? Does anybody want to go into the playoffs and be like, "Yeah, I want to play the Warriors"? Like, that'd just be stupid. You don't say that. They don't say that out loud.
It's definitely not probably not something you want. The defending champions, no matter what seed they are at the moment, they're Steph Curry, Draymond, and Clay are 4-time NBA champions for a reason. So is Steve Kerr as a coach, So it would, I don't know. Like, what's your dream? Like, who do you want to play in the first round? Like, that's around there right now.
I mean,
don't say the Rockets.
That's the thing with the San Antonio. I know Pop has a lot of good experience and he gets his guys playing the right way, but I really think that if the Kings could play San Antonio in the first round, they'd have a really easy time.
Let's see who's even in here.
Well, looking at it, you're going to either run into teams like, Minnesota, like we kind of highlighted. There's a lot of issues. The Warriors have a lot of experience. If the Suns fell to the 6th seed, you'd have that issue. The Clippers are one of those teams where I feel like, I think you said it would be interesting and wouldn't be so out of a matchup because the Pelicans and just like the Timberwolves are on fire right now. The Lakers are kind of a dangerous team. So if I had to funnel it down, either like if I was the Kings and I was keeping this to myself, I'd be probably okay with seeing I don't even want to say the Clippers though. Isn't Paul George out?
I don't know, but I was gonna say the Clippers too.
I was gonna say, I was gonna give a cop-out answer and be like Oklahoma City,
the 10th seed, they just move up.
Utah, Dallas, if any of those teams can make it.
It's crazy Dallas is not even in the play-in at this moment. That's insane.
I would really say something if they just finished in the 11th spot, didn't even get to play in basketball.
That'd be amazing.
It'd be so crazy. It's still amazing to me, the idea that the Warriors could be a play-in team.
Yeah. I don't know, they haven't been that good this year.
No. What are they? They're 9-29 on the road.
Yeah, it's real bad.
9-20. The only other two teams in the Western Conference that have single-digit win totals at home are San Antonio and Houston.
Dang.
Sounds like Golden State should move to Texas.
Yeah, honestly.
This is the thing. It's like that's why I kind of thought it was funny what Draymond said because it's just like,
yeah, you're right.
It's the only context. That's the only context. It's the only reason you should want to play a team in the playoffs. The Eastern Conference, obviously, it's like I think the Bucks are going to be okay playing the Hawks or the Raptors in the first round. They're going to be fine.
Well, Well, you know what? It's like, well, of course, I mean, not even if the Warriors are that bad on the road, of course they want to play the Kings because they'll probably have the most fans at those events or those arenas, you know?
Here's
Or
another
at that
point,
arena.
too. The Warriors may have the worst home record of the playoff teams, or at least the prospective playoff teams in the West. I mean, really the whole league.
Home record or road record?
Did I say? I meant road record if I said
Okay.
home. But of the top 14, well, thanks. Of the top 4 teams in the Western Conference, and now I'm kind of splitting hairs here because it's not the whole thing, but the top 4 teams in the Western Conference, who has the worst home record? The Sacramento Kings.
Do they?
So, yeah, they're 23-16
Out of the top
4 teams in the West.
They said the top 14.
I told you I'm splitting hairs here. I'm splitting hairs to make a point.
You are splitting hairs.
I don't want to have to keep saying it, but I don't know.
The Kings don't. They do need to take advantage of home court. They don't.
That's what I was saying with that whole thing in front of Minnesota. It's just like we're in front of the crowd trying to take on Minnesota. It's just like
I see. Yeah, you're right. They don't. They haven't this year. They're better on the road. Yeah.
Maybe
let's just drop down the 5 seed. Let's not have home court advantage. Our first playoff series, or at all. Just drop down to
the next 7,
8th seed. We're just gonna go play in and just win it. Be the 8th seed. You won't have home court advantage until never. Really. Be perfect. They'll win the finals.
Man.
That is interesting, though. You're right. I see your point now a little better with Minnesota. Like they do not take advantage of that home crowd, and this is one of the best crowds in the NBA. I mean, that one of those Jazz games when Herter hit that 3 to take the lead.
It was like the day. It was like the 30th of December, was it?
Yeah,
like somewhere around New Year's.
That was crazy for a game in December. That crowd was roaring, and they've been roaring all year. So, the Kings, I mean, you want to be better than 23-16 as the 4th seed, too. I mean, they could be pushing for that 1st seed, like 5 more wins.
Right.
28-11, which, I mean, they should be, honestly. But, yeah.
I mean, don't lose sight of the fact that the Kings also, I mean, it is...
Oh, I'm losing
right off of that. They got the 22-14 away record, which is extremely good. I think the only other team that has the only other teams that have winning records on the road are, I think, Denver and the Clippers. Western Conference, that is. That's only one game over 500 that I look at.
Yeah.
So it's like the Kings are among the very best of the Western Conference. Like you don't want to say they're terrible at home. They're good at home. I mean, they're 7 games above 500 at home, but it's just like, I guess if you are going to focus on that, you can't ignore the fact that they are undeniably the best road team in the league. In the Western Conference, because the Bucks and the Celtics have quite good away records as well. And even the 76ers, they're 23-15. But Tony hates Philadelphia. God forbid I bring them up.
Hate the Sixers.